Before I show you how to create your own video content, I'm going to demonstrate how to search for content already created. You can find videos from YouTube, Khan Academy, National Geographic, TED Talks, and more. Click on your video to open in a new screen. You will notice balloon-shaped symbols throughout the video. These represent questions for students to answer. Notice the question menu on the right-hand side. It contains type of questions and time they are asked. Later in the video, I will show you how to create your own questions. To find a video, enter title or keywords in search bar. Each time the video reaches one of the balloons, it will pause for students to see and answer questions.
Mira, Lola, ellos son mis padres. Mi padre y mi madre.
Students will then select an answer and click Submit button to continue watching video. Your question menu lists the type of questions they are and the time they appear in the video. Now that you know how to access already created content, it's time to learn how to create your own video with questions. Now you're ready to create your own questions. First step is to click on the Edit button and then on the Questions tab. From there, begin playing your video. And pause your video where you want to stop and insert your question. Question options include multiple choice or open-ended questions. You also have the option to insert a note for your students if you would like to. Select your question type and begin typing out your question. From there, you will also insert your answer choices. It defaults to 2, but you can add more options by just clicking on the plus below your last answer entered and add more boxes so you can have a traditional multiple choice question, and then select which one is the correct answer. Make sure to hit save in order to not lose your work. This is how the question will look like for your students. The video will pause and then they have the opportunity to select an answer and continue watching the video. Continue editing your video and adding questions. This case, I will show you how to do an open-ended question. Just type out your question and hit save. Your students would then have the opportunity to fill in the blank with their answer to your open-ended question. This is what it would look like for your students. The video will pause and they will have to enter their answer before continuing the video. Another option is to insert a note with information not mentioned in the video. This is good if you want to give your students additional information. Now that you have finished creating your questions, it's time to assign the video to your students to watch. First step is to click on the Assign button. You are going to be redirected to your calendar page where you will select your start date for your assignment and the due date you would like your assignment due. Click on the day you want your assignment to start and end on the calendar. You also have the option, if you would like, to select an end time for your assignment. Now that you have selected your dates, you are ready to assign it to a class. On the left-hand side, click on the class or classes that you would like to assign the work to. You also have the option during the video to prevent skipping, so students have to watch the video and cannot skip ahead. This is good to maintain their focus, and they can also rewind, but they cannot skip ahead. Click on the button below to assign your work to your students. For your students to receive the assignment, just copy and paste the link provided on any learning management systems you use or embed it into your website. Last step we will learn is how to track your students' progress. To track your student progress, begin by clicking on the My Classes tab. Now in the My Classes page, where you will have the name of the class, as well as the assignments with due dates, no due dates, and your students in your class. Begin tracking progress. Click on the assignment you want to grade. All of your students that have signed up for that particular period will be listed here. Besides your students, you will also notice 4 other categories listed. These are very important for teachers when it comes to tracking progress. The first category is watched. This will tell you what percentage of the video your student has watched. The second category is the grade your students will receive on the assignment. The third category is last watch. This will tell you the last time your students accessed their video. This is an important tool to have when tracking your students' progress and communicating with parents. The last category is turned in, and this will tell you whether or not your students turned in the assignment and if it was late or on time. Remember that this assignment had an open-ended question, and now we have to grade it. To do that, click on the blue box that says One Answer to Grade. You will now have the opportunity to grade that open-ended question and return a comment back to your students. Your students will receive the feedback via email, and that is how you track your students' progress. There are 2 additional features that I will be going over, and the first being this Go Live feature. With the Live feature, it allows you to share your screen with your students, give instant feedback. The only thing is you have to all be in the same room in order to access the Go Live feature. The next feature is having your students create a video. Another great feature is having your students create their own project. This can be done prior to watching the video or after to see what your students understood about the video they just watched. As the teacher, you will give a name to the project, a goal of the project. What do you want your students to accomplish? And if you have any special instructions you want your students to know before beginning the project. And then hit Save Project to create it. Last step is to assign it to your students, and you're all set. Now that I've gone over how to create your own Edpuzzle, it's your turn. Go ahead and have fun and enjoy creating interactive video lessons for your students.